2025 is shaping up to be a milestone year in human engineering. From the depths of remote canyons to the heart of bustling cities, some of the world's most ambitious and awe-inspiring megaprojects are finally reaching completion. These aren't just structures, they're statements, bold visions of the future, built in concrete, steel, and innovation. But what does it take to construct the highest bridge ever attempted? How do entire metro systems rise from nothing to reshape a city's rhythm? And which country is about to flip the energy game on a scale so massive it can literally be seen from space? This year, the finishing touches are being placed on projects so large they defy traditional imagination: massive infrastructure corridors, metro networks beneath megacities, entire ports built from scratch, and energy parks covering landmasses the size of nations. In this countdown, we're diving into the top 10 megaprojects completing in 2025, a year that may be remembered not just for how much was built, but for how radically the world is about to change. Some took decades to plan, others emerged from bold national visions, but all of them share one thing: they're about to redefine the way we live, move, and connect. Welcome to HyperStructureX. Let's begin. Trans-Sumatra Toll Road. Stretching across nearly the entire length of Indonesia's second-largest island, the Trans-Sumatra Toll Road is more than just a highway, it's a lifeline. Once completed, this expressway will span over 2,800 kilometers, linking the island from its northern tip in Banda Aceh to the southern town of Bakauheni. That's roughly the distance from New York to Los Angeles. But this isn't just about covering ground, it's about unlocking potential. The road cuts through rural regions, industrial zones, port cities, and major economic corridors, bringing modern infrastructure to areas that have long been disconnected. With a total price tag exceeding $33 billion, it's the most expensive infrastructure project in Indonesian history. Over 40% has already been completed, with many sections already open to traffic. But 2025 is pivotal. This year is when most of the remaining segments are scheduled to be finished, moving the project toward full operational status. Once complete, the toll road is expected to cut travel times in half, open up trade routes, and spark economic development across Sumatra. It's also set to become a critical piece in connecting Indonesia's national logistics network, supporting everything from local agriculture to high-tech exports. But what's truly remarkable is the scale and ambition. Thousands of workers, dozens of construction firms, and multiple layers of government have come together to turn this vision into reality. And they're not just building roads, they're laying the foundation for a stronger, more connected Indonesia. In a global economy where speed and access mean everything, the Trans-Sumatra Toll Road is more than a transportation project, it's a strategic artery for the future. Riyadh Metro. In the heart of Saudi Arabia, a massive transformation is underway, one that's not made of oil wells or glass towers, but rails and stations. The Riyadh Metro is set to become one of the most advanced public transportation systems in the world. Spanning 176 kilometers and connecting 85 stations across 6 color-coded lines, this is more than a transit network. It's a blueprint for the future of urban mobility in the Middle East. For a city where nearly everyone drives, the stakes are enormous. Riyadh's population has exploded over the past few decades, and so has its traffic. The metro aims to shift commuter habits in a major way, raising public transport usage from just 2% today to 20% or more in the coming years. With a budget of $25 billion, the Riyadh Metro is one of the largest infrastructure projects ever undertaken in the region. Construction began in 2014, and now, over a decade later, it's nearing the finish line. As of late 2024, 5 out of 6 lines are already operational. The final line is expected to launch in early 2025, marking full completion of the system. But this isn't just about transit, it's about vision. The project is a core part of Saudi Arabia's Vision 2030, a national strategy to diversify the economy and modernize urban life. The metro will not only reduce congestion and pollution, but also unlock opportunities for economic growth, tourism, and smarter city planning. Trains will run driverless, powered by fully automated systems. Stations are being built with cutting-edge architecture, equipped with advanced safety and passenger experience technologies. This isn't just a metro, it's a leap forward. LNG Canada. On the rugged, windswept coast of British Columbia, Canada is building something with global consequences. It's called LNG Canada, and once operational, it's expected to reshape the global energy map. This $28 billion megaproject has a single, powerful goal: to export liquefied natural gas from Western Canada directly to energy-hungry markets in Asia. And to make that a reality, an enormous interconnected web of infrastructure is under construction. 2 state-of-the-art gas liquefaction trains, deepwater marine terminals, new storage tanks, a 6-kilometer pipeline link, and precision-engineered coastal facilities, all designed to withstand seismic activity, oceanic conditions, and freezing winters. Until now, Canada's energy exports have relied heavily on pipelines heading south into the United States. LNG Canada changes the equation. It opens a new Pacific gateway, giving Canada direct access to countries like Japan, South Korea, and China, where demand for lower-emission fuels is surging. Operations are slated to begin in late 2025, with a Phase 1 capacity of 14 million tons of LNG per year. A future expansion could push that to 28 million. What makes this project stand out isn't just its size, it's also designed to be one of the cleanest LNG production facilities in the world, with emissions up to 60% lower than the global average. This project is more than a pipeline and terminal, it's a signal. A signal that Canada is stepping onto the world stage as a 21st century energy leader. LNG Canada is about scale, sustainability, and strategic access, a cornerstone in the future of clean global energy logistics. Huajiang Canyon Bridge. In the mountainous province of Guizhou, China is preparing to unveil a bridge that redefines what's possible in civil engineering. The Huajiang Canyon Bridge will soon become the highest bridge in the world, soaring 625 meters above the canyon floor, a height greater than New York's One World Trade Center. Spanning one of the region's most dramatic landscapes, this suspension bridge connects 2 cliffs separated by rugged, steep terrain where traditional infrastructure simply couldn't reach. And yet, despite its record-breaking height, the entire project carries an unexpectedly modest price tag, just $280 million. How? Through a unique blend of modern Chinese construction efficiency and advanced materials engineering. This isn't just a marvel of scale, it's a masterclass in cost-effective innovation. The bridge is scheduled to open in June 2025, not only easing travel between local communities but also becoming a global tourist magnet. A glass-bottomed walkway, scenic viewpoints, and even the world's highest bungee jump are planned for the site. It's more than a crossing, it's a destination. And as the final cables are tightened, the Huajiang Canyon Bridge is poised to become both an icon of Chinese infrastructure and a new wonder of the modern world. Kavda Hybrid Renewable Energy Park. In the deserts of Gujarat, near India's border with Pakistan, something colossal is rising from the dust. A renewable energy park so massive it's visible from space. Welcome to the Kavda Hybrid Renewable Energy Park, the single largest solar and wind energy facility the world has ever seen. Spanning an area of 726 square kilometers, this megapark is nearly the size of Singapore. It's not just big, it's groundbreaking. The site will house both solar panels and wind turbines, working together in a hybrid setup designed to maximize clean energy output throughout the day and night. When fully operational, it will generate up to 30 gigawatts of electricity, enough to power 18 million homes. The project, estimated at $20 billion, is more than a show of scale. It's a strategic push in India's mission to become a global leader in renewable energy. And while full completion is expected by 2026, commercial operations are set to begin in late 2025, making this one of the year's most important milestones in sustainable infrastructure. But it's not just about power. This project symbolizes the shift of a nation. As the world's most populous country, India faces skyrocketing energy demands. Kavda is a response rooted in innovation, sustainability, and future-ready planning. On satellite imagery, the park appears as a shimmering grid stretching across the arid landscape. But up close, it's a feat of modern engineering: millions of solar modules, thousands of turbines, and miles of internal roads, all orchestrated to harness the elements at industrial scale. Kavda isn't just India's energy future, it's a bold model for the planet. Gordie Howe International Bridge. Spanning the Detroit River between Windsor, Canada and Detroit, USA, the Gordie Howe International Bridge is more than steel and concrete. It's a symbol of modern connectivity, trade, and diplomacy. For over 90 years, a single structure, the Ambassador Bridge, has handled nearly all commercial vehicle traffic between these two critical cities. But times have changed, and the need for a second high-capacity crossing became urgent. That solution: a brand-new multi-billion-dollar 6-lane suspension bridge designed to handle the growing demands of North America's busiest trade corridor. Stretching 2.5 kilometers, the Gordie Howe will be one of the longest cable-stayed bridges on the continent. What sets it apart isn't just its size, it's the seamless integration of customs, inspection facilities, and highway systems on both sides. Construction began in 2018, and after years of engineering and coordination between two countries, the final segments were connected in June 2024. With a total price tag of $4.5 billion, the project is entering its final stage, with public opening expected in 2025. It will dramatically reduce wait times, increase trade efficiency, and provide redundancy for a vital link that powers billions in cross-border commerce every year. But this bridge is also a testament to partnership, built jointly by two nations, serving a shared future of infrastructure resilience and economic opportunity. When the first vehicles cross in 2025, it won't just mark the opening of a new road, it'll mark a new era in cross-border infrastructure, one built for the world we live in now. SkyTower at Pinnacle. Yonge. In downtown Toronto, a vertical race is unfolding, a battle to redefine the Canadian skyline. Standing at a planned height of 347 meters, the SkyTower at Pinnacle Yonge is on track to become the tallest building in Canada when completed in 2025. Located just steps from Lake Ontario, this super-tall skyscraper is part of a larger waterfront redevelopment that's transforming the entire Yonge Street corridor. The tower will feature residential units, commercial space, and luxury amenities, creating a vertical neighborhood within the core of one of North America's fastest-growing cities. But what makes this story fascinating isn't just its height, it's the rivalry. Just 3 kilometers away, another megaproject called The One is also gunning for the title of Canada's tallest tower. While The One faces legal and financial turbulence, construction on the SkyTower remains steady, with reports indicating it's on track for completion by the end of 2025. This skyscraper represents more than architecture. It's a symbol of ambition, density, and the future of urban living in Canada's financial capital. Once finished, the SkyTower will do more than touch the clouds. It'll become a beacon in the skyline, marking Toronto's next leap upward. Guggenheim Abu Dhabi. On the shores of Saadiyat Island, a striking new landmark is rising, one that's set to redefine the cultural identity of the Middle East. The Guggenheim Abu Dhabi, scheduled to open in 2025, will be the largest Guggenheim museum in the world and the foundation's very first presence in Asia. With a futuristic design by renowned architect Frank Gehry, the museum will house an expansive collection of modern and contemporary art with a special focus on Arab, Islamic, and Middle Eastern creatives. This $1 billion project is more than a building, it's a statement. A centerpiece in Abu Dhabi's growing cultural district, alongside institutions like the Louvre Abu Dhabi, it reflects the UAE's vision to become a global hub for art, education, and dialogue. Inside, galleries will be connected by sweeping metallic forms and open-air courtyards, creating a dynamic space that reflects both regional heritage and modern expression. The Guggenheim Abu Dhabi isn't just a museum, it's a symbol of cultural ambition in a region long defined by architecture, now redefining itself through art. And when its doors open in 2025, the world will be watching. Melbourne Metro Tunnel. Beneath the bustling streets of downtown Melbourne, a new artery is being carved into the heart of the city. The Melbourne Metro Tunnel is one of Australia's largest infrastructure projects, featuring 2 parallel 9-kilometer tunnels and 5 brand-new underground stations. Set to open in 2025, this $8.6 billion project will transform the way commuters move through the city by creating a direct, high-frequency rail link between the city's north and south. For decades, Melbourne's rail network has been limited by a bottleneck in the central business district. This tunnel breaks that bottleneck, unlocking capacity for 500,000 additional passengers every week and enabling a new generation of transit-focused urban growth. Beyond its functionality, the project is a showcase of design and engineering. Station interiors blend historic architecture with futuristic materials, while the underground construction was completed using massive tunnel boring machines deep beneath the city, some of which traveled under live train tracks, buildings, and riverbeds with millimeter precision. Once operational, the Melbourne Metro Tunnel won't just reduce congestion, it'll rewire the entire pulse of a global city. And for commuters in 2025, this new tunnel won't just be an upgrade, it'll feel like the future has finally arrived. From record-breaking bridges to entire cities being rewired underground, 2025 isn't just a year of completion, it's a turning point in how humanity builds, moves, and connects. Each of these projects represents something far bigger than the structures themselves. They are blueprints for the future, for cleaner energy, smarter cities, faster transit, and deeper global cooperation. They push the limits of engineering and reflect the bold ambitions of nations around the world. But the most exciting part, these aren't renderings or ideas anymore. These are real, tangible, and they're opening their doors this year. So which of these megaprojects are you most excited to see in action, and which do you think will have the biggest impact on the future? Let us know in the comments, and if you want to keep exploring the world's most ambitious structures, this is just the beginning. Subscribe to HyperStructureX for more cinematic deep dives into the biggest builds shaping tomorrow. Because the future isn't coming, it's already under construction.